bam. And I'm trying something new on the streams, if you notice, right there off the bat. We just had a large lot iceberg sell right on the thing. So, did he leave? Did who leave? Oh, yeah, he did leave. He did leave. Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. He didn't say a word. Noticed he wasn't posting, so I checked, and yeah, he left. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? 45, 54.19, 54.20, 53.87. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? How you know? How you know? So, 54.82 here on ES. We have NASDAQ at 19,830. Top looking back down. Red candles. What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Did I post the YouTube link? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Large icebergs filling here. Sell side icebergs filling, and this is something we haven't seen. We don't see this early or in pre-market large icebergs filling this quick, this fast. So, or in this number. Here's the YouTube, by the way. There we go. Now we're up and running. So we got bookmap on the bottom right. I've got my 8-pack here on the screen as well that I normally use for market awareness. If you'll notice, 2 of them are covered up, which is XLF and the Russell, but I figured I got to pick my poison. So, yeah, buddy. Yeah, I don't have a translator. I don't know what is that, French? I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I know I can recognize Spanish, but nothing else. Maybe that is Spanish. I don't know. All right. Anyway, 19,834. Immediately, I'm going to start kind of going through my tools here. Looking at the market overall, we've got deep red across the board. All 10Xs are red. All 10 of the top 10 of the S&P are all red. So, red candles coming off at the moment. And yeah, we'll see how this thing plays so far. Did I switch to September contracts? Not yet. I'll let y'all know when I do to avoid confusion. But really what I'm going to be looking for is the liquidity shift on bookmap. Once I see that, that's when I'll start to shift over to September contracts. ES has a little bit of a tightening price action, which some would call an ascending wedge currently, 54.83. But right now, it's still just kind of chilling 54.84. The GEX for today was shown to be lower, down into 535 on SPY, which would be about 5 points down here. I'm going to kind of update that as we go along. It's a little too early to kind of go off of any options data here, but that's where it shows for now. That's what it showed yesterday. NVIDIA is selling hard. It is, yep. Large red on NVIDIA, large green on the Dow, large green on the Russell. VIX once again dropping back over in typical gap up and pump back over. Looking at gold, yesterday we took a nice short off of gold in the morning, and then today they bounced it back up and went to 23.50. And I think the DXY went on a rampage today too. Yeah, DXY went on a rampage to 105.8. So huge green action on the DXY. The yields are all red as well, so not a lot of movement on the yields. And the bonds, the TLT, is at the highest price we've seen in a very, very long time, 94.80. And climbing hard, gap up off of the 88 pivot. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Bottom looking on NVIDIA. So really what I'm doing here is I am going to build a thesis into the morning. Build a thesis into the morning. The volatility or lack thereof this week has proven to be a little difficult. PCE was not this morning. Yeah, I don't know where I got that from. I was certain that we had PCE this morning. I even remember in my mind like looking it up and seeing it, so I don't know where I got that from. But yeah, PCE was not this morning. We do have a 3-star event today. It's the Fed policy notes, which the last time it was posted, it looks like, was 2022. And on that day, there wasn't much volatility, but it did lead to reversal in price. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't think so. But that is today. I believe 1 o'clock, but I'll have to look that up. 54.85. VIX down to 12.47. Top wicks on Apple, top wicks on Nvidia. Microsoft is going green. Apple just flipped green from red. Biggest loser of the day so far is Amazon. Biggest winner of the day is Apple. XLK is the only green X sector out there right now. Amazon dropped back over, new low of the day. Let's see here. Michigan Consumer. Yep. We got some minor data at the top of the hour. 54.86 and going here. Climbing up into that area. I'm going to look over. Take a look. What do we got? Nvidia's coming off red. ES is right to 54.87. And we had a pretty strong downtrend as well. That was a very strong move from 2:15 in the morning. ES went from 55.10 to 54.63. So that was nearly a 50 point move, which is a very, very large move on ES from about midnight until now. So they're gaining some of that back. Definitely don't want to be short in the hole, especially after such a large move in pre-market. NASDAQ is coming back up here as well into the data point. Still a lot of icebergs coming on the tape here, so that's what I'm going to be watching. There's a reason why these icebergs are filling. Usually when we see this kind of icebergs moves, we are on the brink of a move to break out of the range, at least for the day session. So keep an eye on that. Too much, too fast pre-market sesh. Yep, that's what it looks like. That is what it looks like. It did bounce early though. I wish it would have sold off into the open. That'd have been a better bounce play, but it bounced early. $54.87. On SPY, pre-market tanked down to open, so is that a way of saying too much too fast? Yeah. So like kind of what I was just saying there is like it did sell off, and I mean the ES fell to nearly 50 points, and it came to bounce right out there at the 7 o'clock in the morning, which is typically a volatility trigger for time. I would love for this thing to have dropped all the way into the open, because then you get a little bit better of a bounce play in terms of confidence and a more aggressive bounce play. But this one definitely bounced, and now we're up already. We've already recouped almost 30 points of that move and bouncing even higher. In fact, NASDAQ is about to flip green, and still has a little bit more ways to go. But a lot of the tech sectors are starting to flip back green here, so things are starting to kind of come along. We're continuing to fill icebergs as well, and ES just pumped again into 600. So just more range play. That's all this is. Just as a copy and paste of every single session since June 6th. Just buy the dips, sell the rips. Copy and paste over and over again. 54.90 on ES. That right there was a 10-point candle. It's still going. ES just had that 54.70, but that came off. So all I'm interested in doing, I spent about 30 minutes on my screener this morning trying to find out a couple plays, a couple of opportunities I'm watching for, but my intent is to hit the brakes a little bit on the scalping, even more so going into the summer, and put on some long dated positions just to kind of hold, because we are starting to get into the time frame where I expect And history says that we're going to get a little bit choppier, a little bit tighter price action, especially around the July 4th. Week before and after July 4th, I think somebody said when the suits are playing golf that we shouldn't be trading, and I think that's a very good sentiment. So especially around midsummer and then going into the early August months, it'll be a good time for him to put on some positions. That's what I'm looking for, and I haven't had one of those in about a week or so. Giggity. I have a question for you. So when somebody posts on social media, like a grown man, for example, when they post a critique, which is fine, why do they feel the need to post a bunch of laughing emojis in between every word, like 16 laughing emojis? That's what my kid would call super cringe. Because I'm insecure. It's like, just say your critique. Why do you need to use laughing emojis? Totally, bro. Oh my gosh, it's a new world we live in. New world we live in. Insecurity. Yeah. That reminds me of the South Park episode about their security system called Insecurity. It was hilarious. They ate too much seed oils and fast food. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. 54.89. What's up, Fed Rage? How you doing, buddy? Mine hasn't developed into adult yet. Yeah. I got 5 chickens on the way this week. Nice. Nice. Illiterate weirdos on the internet. There are. Yeah. 53.90 liquidity is still there. Yes, it is. Just light, but it's still there. Yeah. The GEX right now, the 0DTE GEX has shifted upwards into 54.50. But it's not normally what we see. SPY is about 541, shifting a little bit lower. Qs is about 476. My neighbors are going to hate me. I love it. My garden, man, has gotten, like, I've had no time between baseball and running this community and doing other stuff. I hadn't had time to do a lot of, like, maintenance. Man, the weeds take that thing over. As much rain as we've had, it's hard to get a handle on the weeds. It's crazy. Hey, but I got some San Marzanos growing, baby. My first San Marzanos are out. Love it. Love it. All right, so what am I thinking here? I'm watching the overall market. I don't want to get caught with my pants down here, so I'm trying to formulate a position. If we are going to fill the gap today, I want to get on a position as early as possible. I want to look for signs so I don't go chasing stuff. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I have 2 pepper plants and call it a garden. Hey, man, you got to start somewhere. You got to love when you make the sauce. Yeah. How you doing? I got the Romas and the San Marzanos. And I'm going to try a little, make a little passat. And I'm going to start, I'm going to do it with each tomato and see which ones is better. How you doing? All right, so you see on this 8-pack here up top, we've got Microsoft, we got the Dow, the top right, we've got NVIDIA is second to the top left, and Apple is top left. VIX is on the bottom, TLT is on the bottom, and you can't see XLF, but you got Bookmap there. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm watching all these things, and I want to get where they all tick the same way. The past couple of days, that's been the problem, is that, the NASDAQ's going up, ES is going down, and I want to make sure everything correlates. If I can get everything to start ticking one direction, I can start getting on a good, confident play, especially if it's turned into a waterfall or a rocket ship. You get everything going one way, that's where you have the market in your favor. That's when you got to pick them randomly, talk to your plants. Yeah, absolutely. Trader J would say, getting caught with your trousers down. I love it. Alrighty, the flow right now is put buying. Liquidity's coming off the top. I think I'm going to front run a put here. I don't do that very often, but I can feel it down on my plums. Like I've got the spidey sense here. 53.87, 54.24. I'm just going to give it to the top of the hour here. Got to be inclusive. Going long? Yeah, do it. You'll probably be right this week. I've been off my game this week. VIX is coming off 1243. We've got, let's see, the Dow is rolling. Yeah, 9:45, which is right now. But I'd like to get the first half hour out, get the top of the hour. But come on, load. My trading view is taking forever to load. Don't let me bias you because I'm just trying to find a feeling here. If you want to go long, go long. We do have data in 15 minutes here too. Coming up on R2 at the moment. Oil, what's oil doing? Oil is breaking out big time. I'd like to go there, 79.31. What other opportunities we got? Man, trading views taking forever. Gold coming back up as well. They bounced off a nice little pivot there. Is Apex updating PA balances on the PA chart every midnight? Mine are not updating. I don't know. I haven't looked. June 19th, I'm requesting my payout, and because I do dollar cost average, they're probably going to deny me. If they do deny me, I'm done with them. If they don't, then cool, I'll take my money and I'll continue to trade it until the 3 months is in, and then I'm going to pull all the money out. So we'll see. We'll see. I've been focusing on my IBKR lately, and it's been very nice. The prop firm experiment is pretty close to being over. Trading views have been laggy today as well. Yeah, mine's been laggy. Let's see SPX. Where's we at, baby? Where are we at? GEX currently. Oh man. It's currently 54.50 light positioning, but they are rolling down 54.20. SPY is 541 large. We got a couple of very, very small topics, but other than that, just not moving. Dow's coming off hard. That'd be a great play right there. Dow to fill that gap back down. They always try to do this move. What are the reasons for exiting? I'm just tired of their crap. You know, I don't need rules to tell me how to trade, and it's just I'm spending so many time worried about their stupid rules that it's like whatever, man. If you're gonna find a prop, go do Top Step or something else, one that doesn't have rules. Dollar cost averaging. What are you, a chump? Holy smokeronies! A house blew up in my city today, and it's literally a pile of rubble. Wow. That is crazy looking. Keep it simple. Yeah. Waited 14 days to review my payout and only get to be denied. Yeah, mine will probably be denied too, which is a $40,000 mistake, but hey. Dollar cost averaging. It's a Boeing whistleblower. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Meth house? I don't know. I just saw it. All right, SPX got a little bit of a top wick right now. I'm going to be targeting 54 hundies if I end up taking that position. Top Step gave codes last night and today that helped reset 4 combines for free. Really? Pretty cool. Yeah, if y'all ever see anything like that, hit me up here and I'll share it so everybody can get that. Try to help everybody out with that stuff. There's one right now, HOAG. Very cool. HOAG is the code. That's funny. Oy vey, oy vey. What's going to happen here? All right, 54.18. A little bit more red coming off. Dow's getting dumped at the moment. ES removed all upward liquidity with all these icebergs and coming on down. And I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm going to play it. I don't play front runs too often here, but let me see what this thing is doing. Let's go to the 15-minute first. 15-minute, we have two double top wicks. 60-minute, we have a top wick. 120-minute, we have a top wick, although on the top of a very large green candle. So then, I don't know. Caught that DIA for some puts yesterday. I foolishly traded zeros on IWM. There you go. Last night the code was slow, and I went to go use it, and their portal was incredibly slow. I thought it was some kind of joke, but the code worked. Nice. Red coming off a little bit. 5-point drop, but very weak. NVIDIA rocket ships so far. Removing upward liquidity so far right now. But overall, not a lot of movement. What time is it? I'm going to wait till the top of the hour. What's up, Iron Will? How you doing? News really downplays those gas explosions. I'd rather focus on someone getting bit by a shark once a year. Jewels are a scam, yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about freaking shark bites and shark bait hoo-ha in Florida. What do you need to see to front run those puts? I want to see this is VPA setups. You know, we have a couple of what's really tingling me up here is the fact that we've got a lot of icebergs coming on. Usually when I see icebergs like this, we're probably going to move. I don't usually see icebergs come on and we just pin flat. So I think we're going to move away from here. I see them removing upward exposure. I see the couple of icebergs, which are sell side icebergs, which could result back down into the 54.62. We do have a little ascending wedge pattern going on here. I'm just waiting for the first half hour momentum. So I could be dead wrong, but the second I see the signs I want to see or looking to, I'm going to take it. Apple's dumping right now, and then we'll come back over. Seeing how price moves slow on NVIDIA, longer date trades are awesome. I can hammer a bunch more calls because the price is more expensive. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So, SPX call 4110. You made 5110? That's a deep in the money call right there. Let's see here. Let's go to FinViz real quick. See if we can have any outlier moves today. To the moon NVIDIA. All right. No downside on the script. NVIDIA's bound to tackle Microsoft. Yeah. That'll most likely be the end result of all this, is that NVIDIA takes the top slot. I think Apple took it back yesterday after their onslaught. NVIDIA's exploding now. Dow came back off. I need a break. That's what I need. I need some 4th of July. Oh, man. Oh, man. Gotta pop the old back. 54.87. If you're trading SPY on Fridays, it's better pull a zero, higher delta, or pick one of the following week. Depends on your strategy. What kind of move are you looking for? It's my favorite holiday. Love it. Still kind of trickling here. Another iceberg coming on, just one after another. Very weak price action. 3-point chop. And it's because of the divergences here. We continue to have a very weak market with tech leading the way. And when you've got that, man, it turns into this chop we've been dealing with. It turns into this chop. July 1st for us. Love it. Here comes a little bit of red. Just a point. Just a point. But, bam. Why is everything so slow right now? I turned on gold on Bookmap today. It was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zero TDs tend to freak me out, as I always feel like I'm racing against theta and I make stupid decisions. Yeah, it's best to stay away from those. You use them as needed, as a good snipe entry. But if you're having issues, I'd stay away from them. Yeah, longer dated for safety, for show. Faux show. Yeah, it's GC. All right, liquidity is coming off for data in 2 minutes. We have Michigan Consumer. I'm remaining patient until then. ES has not moved at all. It's been 54.88 for 20 minutes now. So, yeah, baby. Gratitude. Oh, appreciate it, dude. I appreciate y'all, dude. It's been. I like it. I like sharing ideas. Small data or not, they want to use to give them the best reason to move. Nasdaq is pretty aggressive. Oh yeah. That's where my degree's from, Michigan. Nice. Can't wait to meet you in person. You as well, big guy. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. I had a blast in the last conference, man. It was cool. It was cool. What do you mean by good snipe entry? If you're going to take zeros, you have to have a very accurate entry. Unless you just want to wait through a drawdown. I mean, one candle and your zero DT is going to go down 40%. I mean, you got to be very, very accurate and timely with your zero DT entry. So if you're not having good consistency, or if you don't have the patience, then you don't need to be doing zeros, because the day is going to come. Like, for example, today, I had a guy post, and I'm trying to do a better job at moderating. I created a couple new rules on Reddit, but I had a guy post today, another one of those challenges. He had this long write-up. I think he said he was 18 years old. He had a $400 account, and he wants to turn it into a 7-figure account. And he said he has a high confidence doing it. He's going to do it, and his strategy was to YOLO zero DTEs. I'm like, it may work a couple of times, but you're going to get destroyed. All it takes is one misstep, and you're boom, gone. And that's because of zero DTs, the nature of zero DTs. So if you're going to trade those, don't use them as your primary mechanism on which to trade. Learn how to trade a lot of different stuff. Swing trades, futures. Oh, big red, look at that. That sort of thing. Know when to use it. What goes on at the conference? Are there workshops? Last time we had, it was a one-day event where we had a class. It was about 6 hours worth of teaching, 6.5 hours. And then we had lunch, had a catered lunch, all that kind of stuff. Next time it's going to be a lot more social, intertwined with a lot of the workshop stuff too, because that was the biggest critique, is they want a more social aspect. So it might be a 2-day event next time. We'll see. All right, here comes the red, 54.84. Very, very small red relative. However, it's still nice to see good 6, 7 points dropping. Dropping over. How's your mother? There we go. NASDAQ is coming off nicely. A little bit of red flows there, dropping. So far, no follow through. Conference has deadlifts, absolutely. We'll do a morning workout if everybody wants. The morning low at the moment is 54.81. Obviously, we're still hasn't been set yet, but that's the low so far. The high is 54.90, so we're in a 9-point range. Technically a what is that? An 8.25 range, which is very, very tight. VIX is popping back up here. I'm seeing Apple go straight down, Nvidia going straight up. RTY is coming over here as well, so that might be the play there. And because tech is not supporting RTY, I think that's the better short if you're looking at short. Obviously, NASDAQ, I wouldn't even consider a short on NASDAQ until it starts to waterfall. That's a very difficult one to come down on. But RTY is a great one. ES, once it breaks 54.81, we can start playing that. We have a trend line touch about right here as well as support. Overall, very, very tight price action. Oh, man. Where's the GEX today? We have put buying across the board. The only bullish flow I'm seeing is on Nvidia at the moment. 53.75 has now grown as the primary GEX on SPX. Here comes the red flowing. Red candles, baby. Down we go. That is technically a new low of the day, only by a tick. Wasn't fast enough, went for 20 points. Nice. They are putting on 19,650 on NASDAQ, while ES tanks into the ground so far. $53.81. Let's go look there. ES is still filling a low iceberg. You see that? I mean, they're coming on one after another. We're going to move away from this. It's going to be a decent day if I keep seeing this stuff. There goes Dow getting smoked. Here comes the red, baby. Here comes the red. Here comes the red. Give me some of that Taco Bell. Come get your tacos and tortillas. 54.14, large red candles. What can we do? Dropping back over. What dated options are you typically trading? I've had some success with zeros, but yesterday blew almost half my monthly profits. I do a mixture. I do a mixture of futures, swing trades, and zeros, sometimes ones. This week I traded threes, which so far on a losing trade on the threes. So, boom. 54.16 still. We are below the prior pivot of the open and putting in a new low at the moment. VIX still heading higher. RTY getting crushed for a move down. If RTY takes out this support, which will be a thrice touch, they are going to shift. Now, if you look, this is on RTY, which is a key support for this level. If RTY takes this out, this is a big deal. And I'm only focusing on them right now because they don't have NVIDIA. But if you look, this is a weekly support. If they take that out, it's going to be waterfall central. Probably down to 1993, which was a great year. Great year. In fact, let's go to Spotify and put in 1993 greatest hits. Let's see what it spits out. Let's see. Waterfalls, TLC came out in 1993. Heh! What are the chances? What are the chances? That's the first song it spits out. Oh, I'm definitely slinging puts now, baby. What are the chances? That's a sign. I'm not even joking either. I'm not even joking. It's the first song it spits out. Anyway, RTY just broke lower. Don't go chasing. Yeah, yeah. Another iceberg coming on. Dow gave it all back. Yeah, so did the Russ. So did the Russ. You know what I saw last night? I went out last night to put up the umbrella over the pool, and there were 3 frogs on top of each other, piggybacking each other. Literally 3 frogs. Never seen that before. I was like, what are you doing, frogs? It's like 10 o'clock at night. Go get a room. But why? Yeah. It's a shrooms, man. Dirty Mike and the boys. Oh my gosh. A menage a trois. Man, y'all are killing it with the jokes today. You're giving me gold. I'm writing these down. Yeah, NVIDIA new high of the day at the moment. All right, 54.82 here. Decoupling of the markets. That's what we're seeing here. Decoupling of the markets. Let's see here. Still dropping. Yes, there. NVIDIA's flying, looking around the market. XLK is the lone green X sector. XHB, the home builders, is down 2.18. Oh, I mentioned lead lag reports has helped my market awareness this year. There you go. Top wick on ES. 15-minute we have an aggressive top wick. 60-minute we have an aggressive top wick. 120. Same as well. 240. NASDAQ, top wick. Russell's still plowing lower here. And another top wick on the NAS. Bam, there it is. Top wick, lower. Down we go. Down we go. Guys got game though. Yeah. What's up, Christos? It was a choppy morning, but we're starting to shift away from the chop. Starting to shift away from the chop. Can y'all see the chart here? Do you like the new setup? Is that too small for you? Or is that just the right size? That's what she said. 54.14. A lot of icebergs continuing to fill. Main level here, 53.83. And the GEX is down to 53.75, which is about 24 points down on SPX. NVIDIA is flying. It's the only one that's kind of flying here. Google did, but they're giving some back. Meta, half back. Amazon is flat. NVIDIA, of course, doing this thing. Apple getting smoked. Microsoft is dropping back over. I can only see your book map. Yeah, the YouTube stream. You could pick either the book map or the Discord or YouTube stream, either one. Nice, sweet. Meatloaf, I'd do anything for love. Heck yeah. And VIX is still going green, popping back up at the moment. Man, Nvidia is doing work today, baby. Doing work. New high, new all-time high on Nvidia climbing. What a rampage. They're up 2% again. Tesla's giving back the event. Getting destroyed. Massive top wick. Yep, so far things are playing out like I wanted them to, with exception to Nvidia. The market is rolling. We've got ES coming back off a touch. RTY took out support, which should bring them down to 1993. So once they take out that support and hold, which they are doing now. Crash test dummies. Top wick on ES. The only bullish flow I'm seeing at the moment is on Nvidia. The data says a little bit lower. The top wicks on ES is lower, and we are still transacting lower. So I think we got something going on here. See what we can do. Potential risk reward play on Nasdaq if we can get Nvidia to join, but ES is coming off nicely. Still dropping. No signs of buy up yet. Next up on ES is going to be the overnight low with the breakage of that support right there. Down we go. 54.10. Tesla's getting hosed big time. Apple's new low of the day. The Dow is getting crushed. Russell is getting crushed down to 1993. So we'll see how far we can play that baby. Had that short in the bag. Put a stop. Screen hesitated a bit. Lost money. Spidey sense for the win today. For the win. Birthmarks all over her body. $54.09 still dropping back over. On down. Man, Tesla is getting hosed. Look at that. Now all 10 X's are red, including XLK, but barely. Once Nvidia kind of joins the show here, I think we'll have the retreat down to pre-market lows on this move. Nice little top wick. The data's down. The options data is rolled down into 53.65 and 53.75 and still rolling. So SPY is 540, 540, 541. Q's is down to 476. So not to mention a lot of the icebergs. That's the big kicker for me, is that we don't typically get this many icebergs this early in the day of this size. So I think they'll start taking some profit this week. We'll see, though. So far, so good, right? So far, so good. A-firm. I'm currently short RTY, and I've got SPX puts on. I want to take a short on Nasdaq for a risk reward. I think Nasdaq can have some downside here, and I want to put on a position there. But I'll let you know if I take a Nasdaq position. You got to be very delicate with Nasdaq, man. I've kind of pumped the brakes on Nasdaq this week, simply because of the divergence. Once I noted the divergence, that's when you have to pump the brakes on Nasdaq, because it'll do a lot of weird stuff, and it'll take your lunch and give you a wedgie if you're not completely in tune with Nasdaq. When you're starting to do the up and downy stuff, meh. Interesting. You only got a wedgie? Yeah. 54.12. For ES, MES, NASDAQ on TradingView, do we use BADJ? That is up to you. If you want to adjust for contracts, use it. Which is really depends on what kind of technical indicators or parameters you've got on your chart. Because it will mess with your analysis if you don't. I just had a spike in put buying on the tape here. We still have VPA. We have a large red engulfing. Let's go to the longer term for charts. We have some nice top wicks and red candles back down into the open. Apple's new low of the day. VIX is up to 1282. TradingView has changed my contracts on Wednesday. Yeah, it changed it a couple of days ago. It is 10:16. We had data come and go. Bump stocks. Yeah, I would expect probably Monday we'll be rolling over to September if I had to guess. Yeah, I don't like it rolls early either, but that's the problem with it. It gives us a few days of confusion. But I would expect sometime early next week, Monday, we'll roll over to September contracts. What's gold doing right now? Dead flat. Second half play. Second half of the summertime. Check settlement open on Wednesday. Large green engulfing candle on NASDAQ. That right there was a, wow, 50-point bounce on NASDAQ. And going. ES 5482. That was a 10-point bounce on ES. Coming up to 5490, so no pre-market for us. CL. I took a 5400 put at 1002, got out with 40%. Beautiful. I'm thinking of not trading for the rest of the month as I doubled my monthly goal, and I want to be very conservative. Beautiful. I would recommend that, Damien. You're coming into a choppier period of the market. So what I would recommend to you is either, if you've doubled your monthly goal, is shut it down completely or reduce your position sizing so freaking low that there's no possible way you can give back your money. That's what I would do. And I would stay there for the rest of the month. Interesting. The fear index is now approached into fear mode. That's odd. New high of the day for NVIDIA. Still going up. Good idea. One SPY contract. Yeah. Turn it all the way down, baby. All the way down. I checked my watch list without the chart, and I was like, OMG. Always gets me if you went 10 seconds. Yeah, don't do that. Do I pay attention to the fear greed index? Not at all. I don't think it means anything. With that strong green bounce, looks like they're done selling. Yeah, for now. Yep. It's one of those weeks, man. You got to be a sniper. There's no follow through whatsoever. Just did one SPY now. Just got out with the flag because I'm not getting rich on one. Zero greed. The only times I get in and out like Hathcock. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good reference. RTY, though, is still going lower. So that is the key right there. That is the key. Is that much easier item to play there without all the crap and euphoria of NVIDIA. $50.46 coming all the way back up. Don't give away the best kept secret in trading. My apologies, agnostic. Apologies. It's been awesome, man. It's been awesome. I finally started trading it this week after saying I was going to for consistently for a while, but I hate divergences. When I'm trading the index, I loathe divergence because it makes it wicky and whipsaw. Can't get a good read on it, especially something like NASDAQ. Yeah, definitely. RTY rotation is safety, aka tech. I'm waiting for a dip buy opportunity to road back to RTY later. Possibly. The big thing for me that I've been learning, of course, I'm still becoming familiar with the charts. But what I'm seeing is that it doesn't, obviously, it's not manipulated by the euphoria of the big techs. So it trends a lot easier, or I use the word easier lightly, but I say it respects certain areas and price action a lot more clear at this current environment than, let's say, ES and NASDAQ that are being pushed and pulled in 15 different directions. That's what I'm liking about it, is that it's respected and done what it's supposed to do. Even Dow, I towed into Dow a little bit a couple of days and with some success because of the lack of NVIDIA. When you've got $3 trillion names acting like meme stocks, it tends to make the price action a lot more erratic, especially when everything else is doing the opposite of those names. So I've been able to have some good success with it this week. Oil's getting crushed. Nice. Got a triple top off of their the monthly highs there. I saw an article saying Dow is looking to add NVIDIA to their portfolio. Uh-oh. No. Yeah. Dow's going to buy the top. NASDAQ new high of the day. ES coming up to new high of the day as well. I have to answer this call. Okay. Be right back. House went live today at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we already have 2 requests for a showing today. I guess that's good news. Hopefully they're from California with their California money. That's for squatters, yeah. What did you know when you get out of your puts? Colossal green candles usually gets me out of a 0. Yeah, so that when I see that kind of momentum, I'm out. When I see the premium starting to dump like that, yeah. Not to mention, I'm very skeptical in this environment anyway. I'm playing very tight. I hope they California up your whole house, make it awesome. I love it. Yeah, on ES right there. That big bounce right there. Unless I've got some severe confidence, 0DTs normally don't survive a 15-point bounce on ES. Unless I'm confident. Californians that move from California to schools, SOGs. Hey, all I ask, if you're California, you're going to come down here, all I ask is you bring your food with you. Just bring your cuisine, because we got crap food down here. That's all I ask. You could build your ugly houses. Just bring your food, and leave your politics. What's up, John? Have a good day, buddy. Hey, yeah, happy Father's Day. It is Father's Day this weekend. Yeah. Hope y'all have a great Father's Day. Padres. And was it Dia de las Padres? Something like that? De los Padres? Day of the Father, baby. Does RTY trade similar to ES or NASDAQ in terms of speed, for lack of a better question? Agnostic would probably be able to answer that a little bit better than me. From what I'm seeing here, it moves a lot more smoothly than NASDAQ. NASDAQ is a big dog. I mean, that thing flies all over the place. So what I'm seeing here on RTY is that it's a nice, like, I don't have to worry about a huge, considerable drawdown unless I'm just jabroni and I take a terrible entry. So, like right now, for example, I stopped out of my SPX trade, but I'm still able to hold my RTY because it doesn't have NVIDIA trying to put a man on Mars right now. Where's that OM video is trying to squat 20,000 pounds? It was 4:15, and that was Lee Rat. But he's busy right now. Every red candle on NVIDIA gets rocked. Yeah. Apple's going down to lows. Dow's coming off. RTY's coming off. It's just coming down here. 5480. Yeah, everybody tag Lee Rat. I love it. Large red candles on ES, the large red candles on RTY. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fire the laser. Oh, man. 476 Gex on SPY. 476. And look what's happening. I'm seeing, like, this did not look like this 15 minutes ago. This Gex right now was 54.50. They started to build 54.20. And then they started to build 75, and now they're putting on 65, and now 65 is the largest. So that all lines up with a CPI imbalance fill. So I'm just telling you, like, my spidey sensors are still going off here. You just got to be freaking patient because NVIDIA is being a jabroni right now. Let us have our fun. Let us have our fun. Sorry, Dan. I love you, buddy. large red engulfings. I think I'm going to find... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to hold this one trade. My theory is that RTY is going to bounce at 1986. That was a great year. That was a great year. So your 5400 put earlier, what DTD? I use zeros for that. Zeros. Took 140% went on Nvidia calls. Nice. One-day sentiment probably makes this market more volatile with short covering deliveries. I'm going to be interested in going into the seasonality this fall. You know why? You know how I know Nvidia is coming to a short-term top? Because I'm starting to want to long it. Which means it's getting people, a lot more people to start paying attention to it. Which means it's probably going to be topping pretty soon. Normally I keep my hands off short-dated options like that. $75 on ES looks juicy. Yeah. Yep. That is the also right about the current session lows, 54, 73, 75. So right under that at the moment. RTY still dropping down, holding under support. NASDAQ is coming off. ES is coming off nicely here. Oh, man, what can we do? What can we do? Man, what a fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, buddy. One second. Exceptional. Exceptional. Nvidia is coming off. Nice. A little bit of red. And that should bring us down into lower prices. 54.75. That's a nice little 10-pointer on ES. Down into the lower range. $15-minute. Still leading the way. RTY still leading the way lower. Apple's a new low of the day here, and ES is coming off, and NASDAQ has certainly tried to do its thing here too. Beautiful. Dropping. Dropping. More predictable historic support and resistance areas tend to be honored. Since I've traded for a while, I've data. It's surprising how it continues to repeat. Nice. Beautiful. There goes Apple. We still haven't broken out of range yet, so very little green. Yeah, I mean, the market breadth right now is incredibly weak. Literally, it's just Nvidia right now. It's just Nvidia. Goog as well. I'll give it to Goog. But they got to come back too. Way less stressful than trying to hurt NASDAQ. I love it. Great googly moogly. Nice paint job, but who are the chefs? Yeah, I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do way more of it. I liked it. It's been very well this week. A little bit more Dow too. 54.73 and dropping even more. New low of the day for ES. And this should get us, hopefully, down to 54.62, which is going to be overnight lows. After that, we'll just play it. Took one to win trading done for the day. Curious you track, pay attention to your risk reward. I do, yeah. What are the chances of breaking below 5,400 on SPX? We've already had one touch and bounce, so they've kind of dealt with some of that. We're coming on down to it now. I would say it's going to respect it at least once. Now the problem is the option chain positioning for 5,400 is not all that robust at the moment. So yeah, it'll probably hold it once or twice, but everything has shifted lower, and it's because that 5,400 was already gapped up through on Tuesday, June 11th. So, if you know about the way those things work here, is that if we were approaching 5,400 to the upside, we'd already dealt with it, but we just blew right through it on CPI. So, in my opinion, there's not a lot of exposure centered around 5,400. So, in terms of option chain positioning, other than just a little bit of respect there, I wouldn't say that it's going to hold as aggressively as let's say if the main open interest is there or if the main GEX is there, that's one thing. Or the call wall is there or something like that. But right now, there's not a lot going on at 5,400. Not that I can see. ES is still holding lower. There goes NVIDIA. Patience, that's right. Alrighty, RTY still doing its thing. Apple bounced. So when I'm tracking my risk reward, to me it's all about setups and targets. So when I see a setup come, also depending on the time frame I'm looking at, but when I'm looking for a move, I'm going to identify where can it go based on what I'm seeing here on the price action, and what are the risks associated. So are you taking a put at the high resistance, or are you taking a put hoping for a breakthrough support, a late entry? It all depends on what you're looking for. So, and then from there I track, all right, well, if I get the move I'm looking for, where's it going to go? And that's my target, and that'll be defined as my reward. And then, of course, the bounce on if I'm wrong is my risk, obviously. That's obvious. Then how can I manage the trade depending on how quickly the movement goes? And that all depends on which product I'm selecting to trade. Another range bounce right there. Another 15 tick snip on RTY. Nice. Real cool flux. What time is it? 10:42. We've got one data point today at 11 o'clock, which is in 15 minutes, and that's the Fed monetary policy report. It's a 3-star event. It's the only major catalyst we have today. I don't know what its effect is going to be on the market. The last time we had one was June of 2022. According to the schedule, that's the last time we had one. So I don't know the effect on the market, if any. IV right now is still 19%, so it's slightly elevated from what we normally see. Normally we're 15, 16. I wouldn't consider it high, but just slightly elevated. I don't expect it to be a big mover in the market because it's not going to tell us anything we don't already know, but it is a monetary policy report. I started off well, but looks like I'm starting to fall into my previous typical chop fest. Yeah, this whole, ever since June 6th, we're going on what? We are going on 7 sessions of just pure chop, of buying the blows and selling the highs. So the people that like to play breakthroughs or breakaways, they're getting hosed right now. That's why I'm pulling things back a little bit. I'm not looking for, I'd like to see the imbalance for the CPI, but it's hard for me to gun for that when half the mega caps are going up while everything else is blasting lower. You just got to be patient. You got to be patient. Even right now today, we're only dealing with a 15-point range on ES, which is not terrible, but the price action's slower. Nasdaq, what are their range doing? I haven't even clicked over to them yet. Nasdaq range is about from 910. Well, it's I don't know, 80 points. Not terrible. I'm looking for this to fill the 75 gap on SPX, depending on how quick we do to it. Depends on close around there today. Yeah. Is there a gap fill from Wednesday on ES? Let's see. Yeah, it's down to the gap fill from Wednesday is down to 54.44 on ES, and that's September contracts. SPX is going to be about 53.75. If you look, RTY and Dow have already filled that imbalance. They've already done their job and filled. Of course, Nasdaq and ES have not. Do I see anything significant about a hold over the morning low at the close of the hour? Right now, no. 15-minute, we do have a bottom wick. The follow-on candle is still kind of gently creeping down just a touch. But, all I can see here is that we're defending the morning low with no pressure to break through just yet. If they hold this green, play it back up to 54.90. That's what the VPA says right now. Although the volume is quite light, which pretty much has been all week, VPA will say at least play to probably say 54.85 to 54.90. If we're aggressive, 54.85 is conservative. As long as they hold this, which looks like they will. So, and that's on ES. But there's no follow-through, which has been the theme the past week and a half. No follow-through. Am I planning to take more positions, or you said back off because waterfalls are unlikely? This whole week, I've kind of been chilling. I took that one swing put. Obviously, it's got smoked. But I took a couple other micro positions, nothing big. And overall, I'm waiting for us to get out of this range. I'm still doing some screening, looking for some high-quality swings if on some decent names. But that's it. I'm just chilling. I'm chilling. Right now, I don't see a lot going on here. There's definitely nothing on the tape for swings just yet, unless we can get a certain close today. But regardless, like right now, it's just we don't have a lot of signals. At least not on the ES and Nasdaq. There's certainly other names out there to play if you like to do so, which I'm going to expand out into. I spent a lot of time on the screener this week to kind of pinpoint a couple of potential opportunities. Nothing of yet that's great size. All the names I saw are the lower small cap type names, not small cap, but smaller than I like to play, but still actionable. And in fact, one queued off today. But from there, it's just really just waiting, being patient. You know, we had a couple of great swing trades week before last. I had a lot of great trades the past 2 quarters, and I'm just waiting for the next high confidence play. Was playing the mean reversion a solid play? Still waiting on that. Yeah. Mean reversion is a great solid play. It's just that the mean reversion trade is about timing. And this market has greatly exceeded my expectations of it able to hold green without any kind of pullback. And it's because of what's going on in Nvidia. That's what's throwing me off. Is that it's easy to say, well, just buy and hold Nvidia. Yeah, but you have to realize what I come from. I come from a land of normalcy the past 13 years, where $3 trillion stocks don't go up 5% every day in perpetuity. It's difficult to imagine that. So when I see large aggressive moves after a 600-point 24-hour period, I'm looking for some sort of mean reversion so I can either enter long or even play the downside, and we just don't get that. And that's what I was gunning for on CPI. Do I let members know what positions I'm in? I do, yeah. Working up on the Discord. All the swing trades are posted in the trades channel, and the scalps we discuss as needed. Although the scalps aren't really the point; it's more the swing trades. Although, if you see this, you should say pineapple. I did identify a major ascending wedge on Nvidia's daily chart right now, which is a big deal. It's like we got to be careful. That's the ascending wedge. What a joke of a chart that is. Jeez Louise. $54.82 small stack method. Now we do have a very small pivot on the 5-minute chart here that we're up against now. This is a 54.85 pivot right there. But this will be the third. Once we kind of top wick here, if we do and roll back down, that'll be the third attempt at the lows. And if we don't recapture the morning high, this will be a descending triangle type pattern, which is just a consolidation in a downward trajectory. And that's what's going to the chances of breaking through the lows start to increase. So if we do top wick, roll back over and test 54.73, there'll be a higher chance of him taking that out and going down to 60 than the prior two. So overall, we're talking about 5 points of movement here. So you're not really blowing my hair back. In my opinion, the trade callouts aren't as important. The constant VPA lessons are the pot. Yeah. That's what I try to focus on, is the VPA lessons. I don't have hair. Hey, if you look really close, I do have hair. We do the same. I love it. I love it. Still, I did drink a beer. Yep. $54.85 coming back up. Anyone take profit on calls yet for NVIDIA? It's still going back up. It's exceptional. Do you let members know real time what trades are getting into so we can benefit? On swing trades, yes. On scalp trades, if I have confidence, I'll let y'all know ahead of it. If I'm just speculating on stuff, then not necessarily. But the whole thing I'm trying to do is talk my way through the thought process of the market. And I'll let y'all know when I don't have a clue what's going on or when I have a good confidence of what's going on. Right now, it's kind of just I'm waiting for the next cycle break here because we're back and forth. But that's what I'm looking for. I have hair too on my face. Yeah. Anything longer than scalps is posted in real time. But scalps, meh, hit or miss. Depends how confident I am. Been there, done that. I got tired of the DMs. We have 3 major bottom wicks on the 30-minute chart on ES after this completion and breaking of the trend here. We'll see if it actually leads to something. Right now, I'm just watching. What was that right there? 120-minute chart. God. See, look at the 240-minute chart. And this is going back until Wednesday. Look at this chart. And tell me that this has been an easy chart to trade. That's 3 days worth of data. Doji after doji after doji. Check out this mania. Roaring Kitty. In 2019, I shared my view that GameStop stock was undervalued. Subsequently, I invested $53,000 in GameStop. Oh my gosh. That's not really him, is it? He's not doing a masterclass. The dude's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, why even do that? I would have a 5,000-acre farm in Montana with a 15-foot fence around the whole thing. Yeah, there's no way that's real. There's no way. Oh my gosh. Makes me chuckle. Yeah. More icebergs on the tape here. They've been putting on icebergs all morning long. Look at this. A plethora of icebergs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 icebergs. Just constantly piling into them. An iceberg salad. Shun the non-believer. What's crazy is he randomly showed up 3 years later with hundreds of millions in his account. Has he been following your trades? He has been. He has been, yeah. Honestly, I didn't think it was necessarily undervalued, but it was like $2 a share in 2019. Well, that was a beautiful thing about the coronavirus crash, is that so many names got egregiously sold off on way beyond what they should have been. Now, I didn't play any really the closest thing I got to speculation or like small cap crap was TRTX. And man, that thing paid. Everything else was pretty high quality. I guess maybe the Norwegian Airlines, that was only a $20 stock. But everything else, I was just piled into the mega caps. And that was it. Although I missed the most important one because I'm an idiot. Did any of my TRTX holders see that 9 ping? Beautiful. Do I have a YouTube video on iceberg? Not yet, I don't. Not yet. Not yet, I don't. But I do think we're going to get a move today. I don't normally see icebergs like this without a move. So, and they are sell-side icebergs. Do you think he made all that money? I mean, factoring in taxes, you'd have to pay 10 times that. Turn 50K into 40 million, 40 million to 400 million. Unless he was putting on some banger of a trade. Like, I know NVIDIA, maybe he invested a lot in NVIDIA. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow the guy all that closely. Apparently, he hasn't posted it very much in the last 3 years. So, unless you put on some banger of a trade on NVIDIA, which if he did, good on him. If it's really Michael Burley. I'd love to hear that story if it really is all his money. Yeah. Yep. Nothing is ever as it seems, though, that's for sure. That's for show. All right. It is a fascinating story, though, man. That's crazy to put. I thought it was 10,000. If apparently it was 50,000. If that's the case, I mean, still 50,000 into at one point valued at $1 billion is pretty extraordinary. One thing I've learned from really, really, really rich dudes is they never have enough money. Yeah. Why can't I be inheriting my Nigerian prince uncle's YouTube fortune? I love it. As I want to trade at overnight sessions, the price action on CL and ES sometimes is back and forth during day sessions. The overnight sessions on a choppy environment, that's where the action is. Listen to your company NVIDIA and watch the rest of the 132 entered short. A stop above AT edge. Nice. Do I have a plan on doing a video for iceberg settings? Yes. So one of the next videos is in the works here is NVIDIA. Once I finish up baseball season, I'm at the ball field every night until this week because our kids made All Stars, which turned a 4-month season to a 5-month season. So yeah. Next video I've got on the works here. I know Bookmap Company asked me to do a couple of videos on their products that are sponsored by them, so I'll be doing that too. One on Market Pulse, one on icebergs, so I'll be doing those that are dedicated to those, and I'll go over my settings with those too. So, with the icebergs, is it typically a same-day play? Yeah, it's typically a 0DT play of some sort, even if it's in a futures trade. Yeah. What is it? What are they making me say sell side? Because they keep happening at the top. Every time we pop up is when they fill. So it's typically I'm looking for them to be sell sides. Now, I haven't had a colossal one yet, but there's a number of small ones. So there's nothing that's making me sit up in my seat yet, like that Roaring Kitty meme he posted. But it's gotten me paying attention to how many there are and looking for a big one. Once I see like a 2,500 to 3,000, that's when I'm starting to put on positions. Yeah, report was a nothing burger. Bottom wicks are tests for moving higher, correct? That is correct. Which right now all we're seeing is bottom wicks on the 5 minute. So this is very similar price action to what we saw yesterday. After that, pretty much yesterday, we had the sell-off, which was yesterday, was a little bit more today than today. Then of course it just grinded up all afternoon, alternating red and green while taking higher. It's similar price action to what we're seeing here. So I'm really not in the mood to put on any more trades. Honestly, I'm ready for a break. But we'll see. We'll give this a few more potatoes here and look for a move. What's the options moving right now generally? Let me go take a look. Right now, it's very weak action. There's not a lot of one-sided flow, and predominantly it's put buying at the moment and call selling. That's why we're not getting any breakaway movement or sell-off movement. The GEX currently is 54.15, which rolled back up. We noticed that we saw. This is one of the reasons, by the way, I don't like using option data as predictors, because it's one of those things where it's obvious when it's obvious. Like, of course, it's going to be at 54.50 when we're at 54.50, that type of thing. Because it shifts down and then we bounce and shifts back up in 54.15, because the 0DTE GEX and option chain is based on the options movement, or the price action movement. And it's bouncing back up here. 54.15 is where it's at the moment. But they did those 54.75 and 65. Those came on aggressively, but then 54.15 overtook, which is where we are right now. Now I don't have anything much higher, 54.35, but yeah. This is a ticker I'm subscribed to on Bookmap on ES. When will it kick over to September contracts? You have to manually add it yourself. So you have to go through and add it yourself. What do I look for? Can't seem to find it. Well, all right. So do you on the YouTube stream by any chance? Here, I'll show you. Like, here's what I got for rhythmic. So those are the symbols for rhythmic you got to put on. If Bookmap didn't exist, what would you use? The DOM. I would just use IBK or DOM. You're welcome. Yeah, it's still for me, it's price action. And, all these tools we talk about, the options data, the Bookmap, it all has to align with my general thesis, which is the price action of VPA. Like right now, for example, we're in a slow down channel with buy ups and short little tight drops, but overall very tight day. Volume's not there, so I'm not really going to start slinging contracts that are super aggressive at the moment. But if I start to see signals pick up on the 15 and 60, and I start to see it correlate on the Bookmap, and then I start to see the option data kind of come in on the back end, that's when I start to drive confidence. But for me, I would just use my brokerage, my level 2 data on the brokerage. Retching from the stomach flu. Ah, man, the stomach flu is terrible. I had the stomach flu like 2 months ago. It's terrible. You basically look for where the big resting orders are. In theory, yes, but it's not just the one particular order, it's how is it being added. So basically, when I'm looking at the order flow, I mean, the same concept as bookmap. When I'm looking at the order flow, if I start to see the books start to stack or skew one way, the market is preparing to move towards that liquidity. And the whole theory is the market seeks out liquidity. Right now, the market is balanced. That's why we have pinned here with very tight price action for 7 sessions here, which is the market very pinned. Besides the volatility trigger from CPI, we've just been dead flat on price action. So the market's balanced. Celtics or Mavs? I don't watch basketball. Do you come up with your thesis in pre-market, or do you let the members know your intentions ahead of time? Every Sunday, I post a write-up for my thoughts on the current charts for the entire week. So from Monday through Friday, I post that on Sunday night. So we can have some expectation for the move. Obviously, predictions are not really great, but it's just more of a, this is the data that I'm seeing, and let's see if it plays out, and here are the areas in which we can respect price action. So now for the day trades, it's dynamic. When I'm sitting here watching this stuff is what I'm normally trying to discuss on the stream, is that we're discussing the dynamic nature of the short-term trades. Then how does that fit into my long-term? Now, I really start to get more confident in swing trades and talk about that more when we're reaching key levels in the market. If we're in a strong uptrend and we have a great little, 200-point pullback and we're entering into a retest, that's our trigger to start looking for long bounces. Now, if you can go back on your chart, you had a fantastic buying opportunity, let's say on NVIDIA, on October of 2022, and you're still waiting for a pullback. The Discord weren't full of degen J traders. Do you more focus on swings, or do you influence what you focus on? I've ebbed and flowed with the market demand. The market has moved so much. We talked about this before. Is that prior to 2020, there was simply no opportunity for scalping in day trades. There just wasn't it. There's just you could not scalp in day trade. That was it. So your only choice was to swing trade. But in 2021 and 2022, when the market started moving 100 points a day, you could make a killing just putting on one single day trade, and then that's it. You didn't have to worry about swing trades. And now we're eventually preparing to reach the point where we're going to go back to that. The market has already stopped putting on 100 points day trades. When's the last? I mean, how many times have ES put on a 100-point day? It's been a while. Whereas in 2022 and 2021, it was very frequently. So, I am making steps to do so, to start blowing back into swings as all the swing trades the past couple of months. Do y'all influence me? The thing that I struggle with, and I'll be honest with you about this, is performance anxiety. Is that I constantly have the need to perform successfully, which I know is not realistic. All I have to do is really stick to my system, but that's what I struggle with in being in this role. The constant need to struggle, or when I'm, oh my gosh, when I'm incorrect, that kind of sucks. But that comes with it. That's the nature of the beast here. Hate the stomach bug more than anything else. I've not thrown up because of the stomach bug since I learned the trick. The apple cider vinegar? Next time I will chug a bottle of apple cider vinegar. If you always got it right, you'd be in Congress. Yeah, tell me about it. I'd be Pelosi. Could you please explain in IBKR where you see those data? Yeah, so I personally use the widget function for IBKR, but you actually have to bring up the DOM and the tape, and you could adjust it however you want. IBKR is completely customizable, but just bring it up, and then you've got the whole DOM and the whole area there. You can even trade off that if you like, and you can see where the orders are coming on, up and down, and below. So, IBKR is a complete cut. That's what. If you don't know about IBKR is a completely customizable experience. You can literally create your own broker. It's fantastic. I don't know why anyone chooses anything else other than IBKR, other than obviously the free aspect of it. But interface is complex, but you just got to get used to it. I caught a 60-point move on Nasdaq, done for the week. Nice, Austin. Well done, buddy. Oh, thanks, Dassa. Appreciate it. Yeah, I enjoy being here. It's good stuff. IBKR on tablet. Haven't tried that one. All right, NVIDIA is finally starting to put on a little bit of red. We'll see if ES can come down now. However, some of the X's have recovered. So XLF recovered back up to their high. So ES is not kind of having the same pressure, but NVIDIA is starting to sell here. Other than that, though, unless I see something really start to move here, I am going to be out of pocket this afternoon, so be advised that I will be completely offline after about 2 p.m. Eastern Time. No trades for me, shutting it down. A new research paper by Cleveland suggests that a 2% inflation rate might not be achievable until 2027. I tried the 945 pivot with a 1DT, got out on the bounce too. I'll get it one of these days. Oh yeah. No sweat. Very tight range day here. I saw a guy that's starting to make all natural gum out of cypress tree sap. He said apparently that's the way the Indians used to do it. I'd like to try that. He said it's good for gut health. Might go take a nap. There you go. Just read the VPA book, but I'm not sure I fully understood it. Beautiful. Did you watch the interview with Anna Coling on the YouTube? I had an interview with her a couple months ago. Great stuff. Actually, like a year ago, but. Was my VPA book in tiny print? No. No, it was great. It was fun. Would you do an interview again with her? Yeah, 100%. Is the next conference already set up? Are there any spots available? It is not set up yet, but I promise you I'll be setting it up soon. I'll be setting it up soon. I know I've been saying that, but I'll get it done. More icebergs coming on the tape. 664 just filled. I'm telling y'all, man, this is not a normal environment. I still think the overall net result into the bell will be down. VPA doesn't tell me that yet, but my gut feeling says this is going to drop lower into the bell. If SPX starts breaking, how low do you think it can go today? I would say 54.60 pre-market, at least after that. If it does break 54.60, we'll take out the imbalance, which is 52. Again, not looking for a massive move, but just to creep down to pre-market, and then after that it'll be pre-market CPI. What do I think about Wayfair? I don't track them. Other than today, do you do trades in the afternoon for your members? I do. When the opportunity is there, I will. Normally, I'm shutting it down after about 12 o'clock Eastern. If there's opportunity, I'll pump back in and get a little something going, but that's really has to be confident, and there's got to be momentum. Reason being is because even when the market trends in the afternoon, it trends a lot choppier than the morning because it's more of a very slow, grindy top wiki trend up or a bottom wiki trend down type of thing. So, yeah, just because it's trendy doesn't necessarily mean it's playable, unless you're already in. When are you planning to harvest your hives? I don't know. Right now, the main issue we're having is that we put the supers on, but they're filling up the deeps with honey. Like they're filling up all the, like they have filled up almost every single, well, two of our boxes, they filled up almost every single deep box with honey and not open frames for the queen to lay. And one of our hives is doing well, so they haven't even touched the supers. So I think we're gonna have to feed with some sugar water supplement or something to get them to start building more comb up in the supers. We got a ton of honey. It's just all in the deeps. We have one top deep that's nothing but honey. All 10 frames is honey. So, yeah, it's the queen has nowhere to lay in that hive, so I'm sure she's gonna swarm. But the good thing is I've got 10 deep frames filled with honey, which is like 60 pounds. The bad side, the queen has nowhere to lay. Did you divulge in the new YouTube? I don't know what that is. New YouTube. Oh, no, I didn't. What about swing trades? Yeah, so the swing trades, I do post swing trades for the members. Now I don't take very many. I've only taken 12 swing trades since February. Now they're all I've nearly this past week was the first one that didn't do well. So they're good. They're good confident and they're great hit rate. But I don't take very many because I'm waiting for high confidence setups that I can take that I can sleep on. That's just the style of trader I am. I don't like to put on several plays. But I do place them, yeah. You may want to go ahead and take some out, harvest it, and put those empty frames back in for her. Do you use a queen excluder? I did have a queen excluder on it, but I took it off. Yesterday we actually did an inspection, and I took off the queen excluder because for some reason they just didn't like going up there. I started day trading last September. I knew nothing at that time, so I searched for education, knowing that they're mostly Lambo idiots teaching YOLO trading. I ended up getting bull bear traders and using DAS. The community there was helpful, and I learned a lot, but it's dedicated to scalping, and it's difficult to learn. You have to be very fast for entry and exit, and I couldn't get there with it. I wanted to learn options, but they don't have resources for that, and they're very limited. I'm really glad I found OM because you can be much more reasonable in your approach to market analysis and really understanding VPA. Also, you're much more willing to answer the questions that are presented. Thank you. Bear Bull would only answer some questions when they wanted to. They are also heavy in promoting their own prop firm. They got their own prop firm. I don't really discuss the downside of prop trading. I learned that from a group, but I'm glad I moved away from them and being my primary learning community. Is that a thing now, where influencers are starting to open up their own prop firm? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I know you're concerned with providing some entertainment value to keep people interested, but I appreciate a guy who's learned from the trade, just willing to teach others. I'm not here for the entertainment. This will likely fall on deaf ears, but I appreciate a teacher with a filter on their mouth. At Bearable, everyone constantly drops F-bombs and takes Jesus' name in vain. I can't stand that. I'm really glad I found this place. Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. It's awesome feedback. And it definitely doesn't fall on deaf ears. It definitely doesn't fall on deaf ears. Yeah. Looks like we're happy to trend up. Not yet. We're still under the morning low, but if it breaks, absolutely, yeah. Only need 200K to open with a white label prop edge with the edge solutions. Huh. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I've already got enough going on. Freaking prop firms. If I did, I would do a prop firm with no rules. No rules. I was questioning what the world came to. Yeah. Well, in my opinion, there's no need to cuss. Do I use profanity sometimes? Yeah, I'm human. But like when I stub my toe, I think that's an applicable time to drop the F bomb. You know, when your toe is split in half and bleeding. But when you're sitting here trading, talking to another adult, I think it's idiotic to sit here and just use that kind of language. It just shows how insane things are. You know, when you see Pelosi put on $5 million trade on her $180,000 income, it's good to use profanity. But you know, add variety from sentences. What happens if we're from New York? Trust me, my entire family is from Queens, New York. Everyone. My dad, before he died, he sounded like he was out of the movie Goodfellas, and he used the F word like a comma. Everything was F word this, F word that. So it's like it was not to mention I'm in the military. Again, profanity is very common in conference rooms and meetings. That's just the way the military works. So it's like, Once I entered the corporate workspace, my swearing went down. Yeah, yeah. Or you start using all like the military euphemisms, like soup sandwich, like beat your own face, stuff like that. Pound sand. Like they don't understand it. They're like, "What's a soup sandwich?" It's like exactly. New high of the day for ES, still going. Look at that. Dow is breaking out. Russell is not, but Dow is. Trust me, my spelling sucks too. I have to second that. What you teach in the manners you use. Oh, thank you. Appreciate the psychic. Why is XLF rocketing but TLT is down? The banks are just right now back and forth. I don't know about why they're doing that at the current 5 minute, but their overall trend on the banks the past week has been down. Looks like an ascending triangle on Nasdaq, ES as well. So new high of the day, but what time is it? 11:30. That was euro. New high of the day. Yeah, man, Dow went freaking crazy. Look at that. Rocket ship. As Nvidia is coming off, so I guess Nvidia is its own ETF. Nvidia is coming down, everything's rotating back up. Reading a few places we may be setting up for volume Geddon. Is there anything that will give out for a warning? I've read that. That's been a conversation since not this past fall, but the fall before when an SPX zero DTEs came online. So yeah, it's very possible, and that obviously like Spot Game has talked a lot about that. There's been a lot of opining on the SPX options chain causing that exact thing. And it's the same concept of like the 1987. 1987 crash was driven by tripping of those hedges that induced a waterfall type event. And with the zero DTE options causing a lot of dynamic hedging, because if the dealers are constantly dynamically hedging and they're using the volatility of the zeros to do such things. That one little trip lower, and I don't mean like a 1% trip. I mean if we wake up one day to a 3 or 4% trip, that downwards, it's going to cause a massive sell because positions are going to be colossally underwater, if that's even a word. Massively underwater. And it's going to cause a volatility trigger, which will just dump the markets. I don't know. That's a theory. We are still in new territory. Zero DTEs, for all intents and purposes, are still. Don't you love it when people say intensive purposes, not intense end purposes? For that reason, that we don't know. It's still relatively new. It's still a baby out there that we don't know what it's going to grow into. They are double top wicking off of the morning high, though. Not able to breach. I'm rooting for 1 hour expiring contracts. Oh my gosh. I would say that's ridiculous. They'll probably do it. Apple set to be the first big tech group to face charges under the digital law. Yeah, so we do have a decent volume top wick there. Oh man. Just looking through something real quick. GX at 54.30. Let me go take a look. That is correct, yeah. It's rolled up to 54.30. So what that has told me is that they rolled off everything. They had a build down to 53.75, 54.15, and now they're back up to 54.30. So the GEX today has been very misleading. It's been whipping all over the place. So I'm just looking through here for. I'm looking at something. One sec. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Another top wick there. What else we got? I think we're slow grind up here. Well, we're still There's still not a. It's still not a trend up day here. We're still rejecting the morning high. So as long as we top wick off the morning high, we're going to see a move back down to 54.74. All this is right now is a range day. It is kind of garbage. 100%. 100%. RTY still going off here too. Yeah, so here I'll show you what I'm seeing here. So this right here is the morning range. right now on ES. So right now, this is just nothing but a range day. We bounce back up, we top wicked off of it. Now we have a confirmed top wick off of the morning high, which, if confirmed lower, our next target is going to be back down at 54.74, which is the morning low. Just morning high to morning low, that's all it is. Is that where we're going? I don't know, but I'm saying if it does break down, that's going to be my first target. And then if we take out that, I'll look for the overnight low of 54.60. Once we take out that, I'll look for the CPI imbalance fill. Not me? Yeah, Bookmap's very light liquidity. All they've got is 85 now, right there. But they got nothing. There's hardly anything on Bookmap at the moment. What is GEX? GEX, which is short for gamma exposure. Gamma exposure is a way for us to identify the option chain positioning in the market at which dealers need to adjust their hedging parameters. Start buying, start selling, do nothing, that type of thing. I've also got a great YouTube video on that one as well. So look for the Dow to start retracing after that large move as well. They're starting to come off. We've got large red candles across the board on ES, NASDAQ. Anything for rhythmic, not rhythmic, holy crap, RTY? I'll have to look. A little bit more red coming off. Extraordinary. Large red candles coming down. RTY. Large red engulfings on NASDAQ, ES, Russell, Dow. Dow's just topped out again. If they can hold that, make it get a move back down. Tight, slow movement, though. Let's see if we can pick up some speed. But they are rejecting the morning high, so that's good quality stuff. Large red engulfing still. Nice. $54.18. NASDAQ's got a little liquidity in iceberg down to not 575 there. Shorts in 620 on NASDAQ. Nice. Very cool. Well, still coming off here, so nice little rejection still. NVIDIA's finally taken some profit, which is extraordinary. And there's a large red still pushing. But still, NASDAQ is bottom looking everything, so it's not a good flow there. But ES is making a decent move. Not very small bottom wicks, but it's getting it down. It's getting it down. Did I look at Netflix? I have not looked at Netflix. Yeah, they're starting to come off as well, but they got blasted this morning. Huge blast. So 10 more points down or so. I'd say 8 more points on NASDAQ or ES will be the decent target. Still making a move lower. Are the levels you give on the September contracts? Yes. Yeah, they are. More liquidity down to 19,562 on NASDAQ. ES is putting on small 54.15. Tesla wants more. There we go. So if NASDAQ fails this candle, they'll come on down, and that should start to tickle ES down into 54.74. That is a technical trading term. It's to tickle a trade. CL78. ES. See, I mean, look at it. It's just an absolute onslaught of icebergs all day today. Completely abnormal. Unnormal. Yeah, I was going to say unnormal. Abnormal environment here for this. Now, they're all small, but they are there. And we have to watch them pick up. Dow's getting hosed. Large retracement in the market here. Coming down. See what it can do. Why September if the volume is only 1/3 of June's contract? I'm not trading September's right now. Right now on Bookmap, I'm still monitoring all the liquidity. So, see if you notice on Bookmap, I'm still monitoring June contracts, but I'm still trading June's. But trading view is now switched over to July's. That's why. Here we go. At 53.80, 6 more points. It'll be 54.74 on ES here. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. NASDAQ has a little bit more. They've got about another 20 points or so until they get to morning low. They're trying to get down there in a hurry, though. NVIDIA's getting crushed at the moment, still. Massive red candles on NVIDIA. See if we get down to 560 on NASDAQ. Large red engulfings across the board. Beautiful. Nice rejection of the morning high, and down we go. Down we go. Picked up 7 points on NASDAQ. Nice. Nice. 54.15. More iceberg galore. More iceberg galore. $54.15 down. Looking at ES September, they do have a little liquidity at 54.70, which will be just under the pre-market high, or the morning high. ES June is scattered all about, but the main thing here is the icebergs all over the place, all over the place. Here comes NASDAQ still pushing lower. They're coming on down to their morning low. ES is dropping as well. NVIDIA dropping big time. So all this is starting to become pretty aggressive. Pretty aggressive. I like it. Pretty aggressive. I like it. There's no way this would sell like this if I hadn't had my puts. I still had my puts. Yeah. 54.16. NASDAQ dropping aggressively down here. Look at this. Here comes NASDAQ down. Another 15 points and it'll be morning lows. NVIDIA is getting crushed. Finally. And a lot of aggressive flows. Also finally. Also finally. And that'll be what? 550. I'm going to gun for 560. And if it gets to 550, hey, yay. YM. Still large flows coming on. NVIDIA is still waterfalling. What is that? Negative 1800 CVD. Large red engulfing still, absorbing lower, breaking through support. And there goes NASDAQ even lower. Large red engulfing still, coming on down. Beautiful. 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 Still coming down. There goes NASDAQ down, 563. ES is getting closer to their target. They are now 2 points away from their levels. Eating some gabagoo. I shorted the top rejection based on your spidey senses. Love it, man. Love it. Do I still have my puts on 0 TD? I had to close out those initial puts, but I'm opening some other positions on this waterfall. NVIDIA is getting crushed still, so still don't be afraid to play downside, or at least not enter, but roll stops down it, because NVIDIA is still getting crushed. Microsoft, Apple, all coming off, fixes going up. So everything is still correlating for a little bit more of a pressure here. And we still have a couple of points to those pre-markets. So just set your stops on, do your thing. What is this right here? $54.14. Yeah, nice buys, Hog. Beautiful. Still got my NVIDIA puts. Beautiful, Gaz. You got that Gazagoo. Love it. I'm a jabroni. I'm a jabroni. Sweet. Where'd they get to? Where'd they get to? NASDAQ. 18824. All right. So NASDAQ got within 3 points of their bottom morning range and bounced right there. Great insight. So the morning range this morning is working fantastically. I love being able to lock up my prop firms and take my 200 points and run with it. Overtrading is a serious issue. Overtrading is an absolute serious problem. In my opinion, it's one of the worst problems to have and one of the most common. If you're having consistency issues, I'd be willing to bet you're overtrading. I'd be willing to bet you are overtrading. If you're taking more than 2 or 3 trades a day, you're overtrading. You are absolutely overtrading. There are people out there taking hundreds of trades in a day. Hundreds. Much less 2 or 3. I've seen screenshots in my DMs of over 150 trades, 120 trades, 75 trades. And I'm like, are you freaking crazy? Best advice you taught me was position sizing and overtrading. Yep, those are the 2 biggest things I can teach you all, is position sizing and overtrading. It's obscene. Why be trading when you can be over trading? Yeah. So frustrating. I had 20 contracts that just moved for a little green because I thought I could move back. Are you tracking the morning high, Dan? The morning high range? Yeah, so look on the stream right here. I'm going to change the NVIDIA chart real quick to ES. Right here. So this is the ES. And if you're not doing this, and I'm talking about this chart right here. So the morning range is the first hour high and low, which is here and here. So, that's why you kind of get, when you see this much green here from 10:30 Eastern until the top, you get locked in and you start calling a trend up, blast off the top, but it's not. We came up to the 54.91 and aggressive rejecting off of it. So, and then once we recapture the morning high, that's when you know you're in a trend up. Until then, you're just in a range with temporarily green price action. Does it work perfectly all the time? Absolutely not. But it can give you some insight on when it's time to start shorting the highs or buying the lows. What time is it? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. All right. I am going to have to call that a day. So definitely a range day. I'm still hanging on my spidey senses. The GEX has been all over the place today. It shifted lower. It shifted higher. Now it's pointing to 54.30 again. Who knows with that thing. SPY is 544. And I'll kind of give you a little data dump here on what I'm seeing. Here's QQQ. Current. Here's SPX. And here's SPY. So that's what's that telling me. So it is saying up. The liquidity on Bookmap is light. However, we're seeing an egregious amount of icebergs, which are sell side, which it's going to make us leave the range here at the end of the day. In terms of price action, we're just in a range day. We're in a just typical range day right now. We need to take out 54.73 before 54.60, and then after that it's CPI. So we'll see if my spidey senses are exactly correct today. I've got no positions on right now. So that's it. I probably won't trade them. That's pretty much guarantee I won't take another trade the rest of the day simply because after 2 o'clock Eastern time, I'm out of pocket. I'm out shutting down the computer, and I'll be out of contact, out of reach. So other than that, we'll see how things go the rest until then. If anything happens before 2 o'clock, I could see if I could jump back in and we'll get something going, but I don't really anticipate that. Before I do go, though, I want to take a look at next week's catalysts. I apologize. I appreciate that, but I haven't been on my game this week, and I apologize for that. It's aggravating. It's aggravating when I can't get a good handle on the charts, but whichever. Let's see. Being a perfectionist is not easy when you're a trader because there is no perfection in trading. So next week, going through the quick catalysts. Wednesday, June 19th is a holiday, so it looks like the market is closed. Thursday, we've got initial jobless claims. Friday, we have another Fed monetary policy report. That's weird. But that's it. Very, very light catalyst week next week. And we have a 4-day weekend, apparently. Is that true? Let me go to the market calendar. Market calendar 2024. 2024, June 19th, the markets are closed. Yep. All NYSE markets are observing the holiday and are closed for June 19th. So yeah, we have a short weekend. It's on Wednesday, not on Monday, so we have 2 days and then an off day and 2 days. Let me see. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. Yeah, 4-day weekend. So, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Be safe. Don't overtrade. If you've already hit your goal, please lock it up and get out of here. Other than that, I'll see you Sunday for the weekly brief if you're Tier 2. Everyone else, Monday morning. Have a good weekend. I'm out. See you.